Hey, what's up? Hello. Welcome to, I almost did my intro like this was a sit-down video. Welcome to our first February vlog. I got stung by a bee like 2 days ago and my finger's super swollen. I need to take Claritin. Need to find Claritin. Hold, please. Thank you to our wonderful Artemis Fowl for reminding me how to be an adult and take care of myself. I can't take Benadryl because it'll make me sleep. Also, I feel like mixing it with my current meds would be questionable right now, so I'm obviously not going to do that. I got stung by a bee. It was in my hair, and I like felt something on my neck, and I thought like, if you have hair as long as mine, or you've ever had hair as long as mine, then you've probably like felt something touch your neck or your face or whatever and been like, oh, that's my hair, and just like done that, which is what I did. And then the bee stung my knuckle. So the sting is actually like here, but this part of my finger is just completely swollen. I've taken Claritin though. I'm going to take, I'm going to see if we have some spray Claritin. I don't know if we do, but I'm hoping that we do. So what did I read this weekend? I feel like I read nothing. I worked on reading Isle I'm probably butchering that. I thought that was like going to be a fantasy book. You could probably tell from the way that I talked about it in my TBR for February, but like it's not. It's definitely sci-fi and spacey, so it's a little bit more interesting. I was supposed to read it more last night, but my Kindle, I have two. Don't ask. I have two, and one of them I left at my partner's house, and so this one has been sitting in my rolling cart for months because I don't use it, and I was gonna sell it, and then I never did. And so I like put it on the charger when I got home because I was like, cool, it's very dead, but I expect to be able to use it, no problem. No, apparently if your Kindle has been dead, it can take 4 to 6 hours to charge. So I was a little worried that it was broken, but at least it's not now. I finished The Winter's Curse by Marie Rutowski. That one was good. Like I've said, I think in the TBR, it is in the same world as The Midnight Lie. I surprisingly liked it more than I expected. The romance, I expected to dislike the romance, especially because it's like slave master and slave situation, but not quite. And I think it has that conversation in a way it's aware of its own problematicness. The relationship is aware of itself. So I think that's good. I also on Sunday, I read the last book in Goodbye My Rose Garden, and it made me feel some type of way. It's the last, so there's only 3. I didn't realize there was only 3 books in that series. And so I'm really sad, and I want more books by that writer because the art was also really beautiful. Oh, I read All the Bad Apples yesterday, and it was really, really good. I finished it in one sitting, which I don't do so much anymore, but super enjoyed it. Very dark. Don't recommend if you are likely to get triggered by abortion conversations or conversations around pregnancies and that kind of thing. I would definitely not recommend it, but it's a very interesting book, and the way it all ended just made me very happy, so I'm pretty grateful. I started reading The Falling in Love Montage. Now, I don't like contemporary and I don't like romance, and most of the time, even if it's queer, there's still no, I just don't like it. I like this book. I'm enjoying it quite a lot, actually. I plan on finishing it today. And then, what do I have left after that? Eva Evergreen will be next, then Love Boat Taipei. If my brain is broken and I suddenly like romance, we'll know by if I enjoy Love Boat Taipei, I think. What else? I'm also beta reading a Cute Mutant spinoff. That is very fun. I'm enjoying it a lot. I can't talk a lot more about it, but I love it. Love it. I'm enjoying it a lot, so I would tell you more, but I can't, so Anyway, Art and I are going to work on the Discord for the readathon this morning, I believe, because we're doing a mini readathon, and I think we're going to open the Discord up for that, so stay tuned. So I finished the Falling in Love montage, and it was really good. Surprisingly, I didn't expect that. Like, honestly, because it was a romance and contemporary, and that's, like, not my jam. And, yeah, it's just not my thing. But I actually really enjoyed it. I thought the characters were amusing, and I enjoyed it. It was a pretty solid audiobook. I am starting the childhood rereads of, Peter and the Starcatchers. I'll talk more about that in that video, though. I need to read 2 of the arcs tonight at some point, but the reason I didn't before was because my Kindle was dead, and so I wasn't able to read as much as I normally do before bed, and by that I mean none because of that. So yeah, today's been really busy though. I started filing my taxes. I wasn't able to finish them because your girl has stocks, and I was waiting. I don't have the the documentation so that I can file my taxes for the 2 stock portfolios I have. Next year I'm gonna have to, I think I'm just gonna close out my stocks on one account so that I just have 1 stock portfolio, and then the one that my work provides me, so that way I'm not filing for 3. I don't know, American taxes are just... So I worked on that today. Pretty much all that's left is the stock information, so that's good. I think that's it. Pretty productive though. Oh, I've been working on this to-do list idea where essentially the to-do list sorts itself out by where you're at mentally that day, and it basically, like, if you're someone who uses quote-unquote spoons to reference things, you can use this like as your physical energy, mental energy, and focus required. You can have your tasks sorted that way, and so then when you go to look at the scheduler thingy, you can basically tell it, this is where I'm at today. Physical energy, like for me, I was physical energy 2, mental energy 4, focus level 3 out of 5, and so then it made me a list of tasks and habits that I could do today, based on that, like things that I can get done. And then it also shows you things that are due today because you need to get them done. Ideally, like that's the end goal, because as somebody who has focus issues, I think that having a deadline really helps me get things done. I also got this, and because I have to take my meds twice a day, once at 6 when I wake up, 6ish, and the other at 10:30. I had forgotten the 10:30 one on Friday, and it made me really stressed out. So I got this, and you basically put your meds in it, and I just have the alarm for the 10:30 one because I'm going to keep it at my desk, so that when it goes off I can just take it and it's fine, and I don't have to worry about like, I have to go grab my meds from all the way over there on my nightstand and then bring them over. So yeah, if you're somebody who takes meds and needs to be reminded, this is really handy. The sound is a little bit jarring the first time, but it was not as loud as I expected, and I really appreciated that. And it does have a clock on it, so that's kind of handy. I like that. It is a little bit ahead of like actual time, but anyway, I'm gonna go update the other video where I talk about Peter and the Starcatchers. I'm gonna start Eva Evergreen. So I don't, normally when I do my childhood rereads, I just like binge read all of them. I don't want to do that this time. I think I'm going to read the first one, and then I'm going to read another book, and then I'm going to read the second one, another one, so on, so forth. Luckily my library has some of the audiobooks and some of the physical books, so I had to go get them at the library yesterday, but yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to go see if anyone has dinner. I'm very hungry. Okay, thanks, bye.
the Magnus Saga.
Happy Wednesday! Hello! I figured out kind of a routine with my new functioning brain that works well, I think. So that's good. And then Art and Alicia and I have started using Habatica and are doing quests together, and it's like a habit tracking app. I use the Tangerine habit tracking app mostly because of the aesthetic, but I like the idea of doing this with friends and like fighting monsters together by doing our habits, and so that's what I've been doing. Or, well, we talked about it last night. We're starting it today, so I'm gonna do my exercise at 10:30. I should talk about books, huh? I am going to finish Peter and the Starcatchers today, which is the first book in that series for the childhood rereads, and then I'm going to start Eva Evergreen after that, possibly today, possibly tomorrow, just kind of depends. I would like to finish ISIL DC today. I probably won't though. I'm really struggling to get through it because there's like a billion characters and I don't care about any of them, so I'm really struggling to connect. I really want to like this book, but there's just so many characters that it's too much. Sometimes that works if it's a full cast, but in this instance it doesn't work well. And the names are kind of strange because they're supposed to be an alien race, right? So like that makes sense that the names are a little strange, but like because of that, I'm like, who is this? Am I supposed to remember who this is? Are they relevant? I don't even know. Like, there was one character mentioned in the first 25% of the book, and she didn't really get mentioned again until way later. And I was like, who is this? Who is this? Why are they coming up like I'm supposed to know who the fuck this is? I have no idea who this is. So that's kind of my beef with the book, and maybe I want to say like maybe it's me and my comprehension level, but the more that I learn about myself and the way my brain works, I'm like, no, there's just too many characters. So I think this book would do well with less. Sometimes books just have too many characters. And then I'm also working on reading that book from SJ that I can't super talk about, but it's very good. I got 50% into it and I sold DC last night, and the S.J. Whitby book is amazing. I have to kind of pace myself when it comes to reading it because I just want to like consume the whole book in one sitting, but I'm trying to pace myself so that I can write a decent review. So that's something that I'm also kind of working on, is pacing myself when it comes to my ARC reviews so that I can take accurate notes and review them in an accurate way. Also, my finger's better today. I can bend it now without any pain. It's a little bit itchy, but not as bad as before. And the swelling has gone down enough that I can see the bee sting, so that's good. I'm gonna get set up to do Just Dance. I will talk to you guys later. Oh my gosh, I feel like this has basically become like a diary of my like a diary of this is what it's like to be a chronically ill human being. So yesterday, I called the neurologist, and the first time I called them, they were like, oh, we don't have the referral. Call back. And I was like, okay. So then I got the referral in via email, so I called the neurologist back and I left a voicemail. This was last Tuesday, and I left a voicemail and I didn't get any callbacks by Thursday, so I called again because they said they'd respond in 24 to 48 hours. So I called again on Thursday, couldn't get anybody, left another voicemail. Called again on Friday, couldn't get anybody, left a voicemail. So then on Tuesday, I called again. It's now been a week, and I got a hold of their staff, their scheduling, and they were like, we don't have a referral for you. And I was like, oh, it's in like a portal. I got an email about it from my doctor. It says that y'all should be able to access it. And we had a little bit of back and forth, and I continued to try and clarify. And I was like, can you like let me know like what this is, or can you double check your files and make sure that y'all don't have access to this like portal? My doctor is in the same system as y'all, so I don't super know how all of this works, but they're in the same system. And the staffing lady said, that's not a thing, call your doctor, and then hung up on me. And I was being really nice about it because, like, one, I don't expect doctor's offices to be kind. Like, I don't expect the experiences to be good. I don't expect them to be kind to me. I just barely expect the bare minimum of respect and professionalism. I expect the bare minimum of professionalism as an absolute. And to hang up on me is a level of unprofessionalism that I've never experienced. And I was pissed. Like, I was beyond pissed. And so then I was just like livid, and I was gonna send an email to the doctor, and I was like, no, I need to call them. And I called and I left a voicemail, and I was like, hey, I had a really negative experience with the doctor that I was being referred to. I still need to figure out this referral thing out. Can you give me a call back? And so I talked to them today, and my primary care physician is so... that doctor's office is the most amazing doctor's office I've ever had the pleasure of interacting with. The lady was like, oh no, that's unacceptable. Do you still want a referral to there, or do you want me to find another neurologist for you? And I was like, I would love if you would find another neurologist for me, because I am not interested in having that kind of experience with my treatment. And she was like, oh no, I wouldn't expect anyone to tolerate that kind of treatment. And she's like, anytime I've tried to call the staffing too, they were a little bit rude to me too. And I think that that's probably because, she's like, I always assumed that it was because I was staff too, but to know that they treat patients that way, she's like, that's unacceptable. And she gave me her name and was like, this is gonna have 72-hour turnaround time, and this is the doctor's office that I'm referring you to because they're amazing. Is that too far for you? Like, gave me the address so that I could check and see if it was too far for me. For me, I'm not gonna see a neurologist all that often, so if it's a little bit further away, it doesn't matter that much. But it was just like night and day, the interactions. And also, like, I don't have the brain capacity right now to have a conversation about how chronically ill people could tell you a billion horror stories about doctors' offices and how fucking rude they are. Like, the staffing is beyond rude sometimes. I'm chronically ill, lady. Like, my life's hard enough. You don't have to be rude to me for no reason. Being a high-functioning chronically ill person, it's a trip, y'all. Be grateful you don't have to make as many phone calls as I do. I also, like, looked at the billing for just that first checkup with my new doctor, and I only have to pay $25 because thankfully my company has wonderful insurance. But the total is like $453. For what? For what? It don't add up. That's all. I'm gonna go. I gotta get back to work, but thanks for listening to me rant. I almost forgot completely to update this today. What has happened? I read volumes 4, 5, and 6 of the Lumberjanes graphic novels. So I guess like in volume 6, Noelle Stevenson dropped off, and they also changed artists. I don't like the new art style. I hate the new art style, but then the the like story sucked. It sucked. It was bad. I was not having a good time. And you know, I'm a completionist, so not often am I going to be like, no, I'm just completely abandoning this series. Obviously, you guys have seen me finish lots of series that I was deeply unhappy to continue reading, but this was just like not worth it for me. It was like, no, I don't want to read this anymore. So then I read Hard Vinyl, which is a sapphic comic about these girls who are in like a record store fight club kind of situation. It's really good. It's really, really cute. The art is beautiful. Teresa from Sappho's Library had talked about it on Twitter, and so I was like, oh, I want to check this out, and so it was on there. And so I went ahead and read it. And it was really good. I enjoyed that a lot. I also finished Eva Evergreen today. Eva Evergreen? It's how they said it in the audiobook. It was such a cute book. It made me really emotional. It's so, 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 so sweet. I just... if you need like a middle grade that just like kind of feels nice to listen to or read, Eva, whatever her name is, Evergreen Semi-Magical Witch is definitely one to check out if you haven't read it before. If you like witchy stories but you need a break from like adult stories, I recommend it because it was so good. There's this little like Firefox situation and there's just a lot, and it was really cute, and I'm very excited to read the next one whenever it does come out. And then I finished the Cute Mutants spinoff that I'm reading and can't talk more about, and oh, yesterday I did end up DNFing ISIL DC because I just like, it took me 30 minutes to get 7% in the book, and the book's only like 300 or so pages. Like, I read too fast for that to have taken so long, and the reason it was taking so long was because like I just literally could not figure out who the characters were. Like, there's so many characters that I probably needed to take notes, and for me, if I have to put that much effort into remembering all of your characters because you drop them by name but don't give them enough descriptors to make them interesting to me, it's not worth it for me. I'm not trying to indicate that I'm a lazy reader, but like, I should be able to know who's who without having to take intensive notes on a first book in a series. And then I started the next Peter Pan book that I will talk about in that reread video. But yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye. I don't know why I said thanks for watching. This isn't the end of the video. It's only Thursday.
single one of you, none of us want to. What it's like to work for a capitalist.
It's the ADHD, sorry. It's the screens. We've got 2 screens going on.
Alright, let me see. Watering can. I just watered the furnace.
You know, steam. If you focus like only on crafting rather than foraging, you seem like someone who does more foraging.
I do a lot of foraging.
And I'm not that person. I hate foraging. So I don't like to leave my farm at all, actually. So,
I do like.
The way we don't leave our homes. We did unlock it. Wow.
Good for us.
Nice job, past us. Beginning of quarantine us.
God,
When we were like, this sucks, but it'll be over in a few months.
God, we were so wrong. Oh.
She be knowing shit. I never bought seeds, and now it's too late.
Fuck. No, you can go to Jojo Mart. It's more expensive.
I will not shop at Jojo Mart. I don't know what kind of farm you think this is, but...
It was convenient.
No.
Look, I get it. It's stressful. Some strange man walks up to you and just gives you a soda on the street. I'm like, look, you don't have to be rude.
I think he does, though.
Alright. Don't agree with him. I want sushi now. Kubra Saints.
Hi, it's Sunday. I didn't update on Saturday because I was busy most of the day, reading and cleaning and whatever. I mean, I took like B-roll, but I don't think that counts. I read Love Boat Taipei and actually really enjoyed it, which is really surprising. I will say my favorite narrator read it, so I think that probably played a huge role, which was Emily Wu Zeller, I think. It was a really good story, though. I actually liked how the romance played out. I didn't feel... I don't know. I enjoyed it. There were amusing parts of it that were not romance related, and I enjoyed it. I don't know what's going on with me in romance right now, but we're not hating each other, and it's very strange. I also finished the 3rd Peter and the Starcatchers book, and I'm currently working on the 4th one, Peter and the Sword of Mercy, and then I finished Surrender Your Sons today, and that book wrecked me. I was supposed to finish Peter and the Sword of Mercy tonight, but I had to take a break from reading after finishing Surrender Your Sons by Adam Sass. Like, it wrecked me. That book, it was one of the most amazing thrillers I've ever read. And the emotional connection that it caused you to have. Most of the time when I read thrillers, like, I like them because I'm like, ooh, scary, but, like, I don't have any emotional connection to the events, and so it doesn't really affect me. But this is just, like, heavy, very heavy, so, like, serious trigger warnings. Obviously, it's a conversion therapy thriller, so obviously it's going to have trigger warnings, so do with that what you will, but if you can handle it, it was absolutely fantastic. One of the most amazing books I've read ever, actually. It's probably going to be the best book that I've read this month, but we'll see. It is only the 7th, so I am going to close out the vlog here, though, so thanks for watching. I know these vlogs are really long, so thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you guys had a great week. Don't forget to hydrate and brush your teeth and take care of yourself. Yeah, I'm gonna go. If you liked this, don't forget to like and subscribe and share. If you didn't like this, it's my life, so I understand. That's it. That's the drill. Okay, thanks, bye.